the youngest of the boys, but there was a girl that was younger than Bobby. And, you know, in a family that large, the older siblings take care of the younger siblings. And Bob being 11 years old when his father passed away, and him being next to the baby in the family, he had lots of older siblings to watch over him and take care of it. And he has expressed several times that he had too many parents. And that was rough. That helps you to understand a little bit about Bob's personality and the way he thinks, the way he does things. And I could talk all day and tell you funny stories about Bob. Some good, some bad. Good mixture. But I'm not going to do that. I want to be more serious today. Bobby had a rough time. I was 11-year-old without a father, and back then, times were pretty hard. I was in the U.S. Navy at that time, so I was not at home. But I did get to go home for the funeral. But there were others there, and Bob had older brothers that were close in age to him, but they were enough difference in between them and they were good friends with each other. Earl and Dan were 2 years apart, and they were good buddies with each other. And Bob was just a little kid at that time, so he had a rough time trying to fit in, trying to grow up, and during that time he made many mistakes and many successes also. So he had a good life and a bad life. It's a mixture with all of us. We have a mixture with all of us. And anyway, all those things help to make Bob who he is. I want to read a scripture now. And I'm reading from Psalms chapter 1. I'm going to read verses 1 through 3. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. I want to center in on just a couple of thoughts here. It says, he shall be like a tree planted by rivers of living water, that brings forth his fruit in his season. Our seasons, everybody has seasons in their life, and there are series of seasons. And most of you know what fruit is. I'll just explain it simply. Fruit basically is good works. Of course, you can bring in bad fruit also, but we want to center in on the good works. Fruit is good works, and it says that he shall bring forth good fruit in his season, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So I'd like to turn that around just a little bit and say, when we bring in good fruit, everything that we do will prosper. And we have a season. He said that in his season,